So guys, if we don't all have a large space to be able to play with our succulents and have them as part of our gardens, what can we do? Well, I'm going to show you today a little mobile terrarium that you could put on your patio, you could put it in the garden, and you could probably take it away on holiday with you if so required. So what do we need? Let's get started. We need a glass bowl. Everybody's got one of these. Could even be an old goldfish bowl, minus the goldfish. All right, our succulents, of course, which you could have cut from the garden or you could have got them from your local garden center. We've got some drainage pebbles here, which are going to go at the base of our bowl. We've got white decorative pebbles, which are going to go around the top just to finish it off. And then my secret mixture. So come along with me and let's get it started. Now, first of all, I found probably the best mixture that you can use for your succulents. What it is silica sand. That's the sand that you use in swimming pools. Bit of silica sand, and what we use is 50% of this to 50% ordinary potting soil. So all I'm going to do is take some of my potting soil, add it to here, and this is going to be the mixture that my succulents will be growing in. Now, back home, if you want to plant them into pots, this is the perfect stuff. All right, so mix it up. Right, guys, you can see this mixture is really lovely. We've got the bark chips, we've got the fineness and the sharp edges of the silica sand, which is perfect for drainage for any succulents. Now, the seed bowl. What goes at the bottom of the bowl? I'm going to be putting in some gravel, and this is just ordinary drainage pebbles. When I put this in the base, this is like our insurance policy. So if you overwater your succulents, because of course there's no drainage hole in this, the water will simply sit there and never sit in the roots of your succulents so that they won't rot. Okay, so in it goes. Nice. Now with this, guys, you can really go quite wild. I mean, whether you're wanting black stones, tiger's eye, whatever, put them in, but it really depends on your look and feel. I've just got a nice fine crush here and it looks perfect. Next up, in goes some of my mixture. Yummy. You can see it's becoming like a layered cake. Swiss roll. Remember that you can create this mini terrarium in different shaped glass vases, as long as you follow this layering of coarse gravel and your succulent mixture. These babies do not like having their feet wet, so don't skip this step out. Spread it out, and obviously we need this mixture to be thick enough for your succulents to be able to grow in and root. So literally a minimum of 10 centimeters. Right, guys, that looks perfect. We've got it as level as possible. Now I'm going to choose my gorgeous succulents. So I really want to use one of these. It's called a sempervivum. I love its little red tips. And in winter, of course, it goes even redder. Really easy to grow. They make lots of babies. You can just cut them off, put them out somewhere else in your garden. So this little baby's going to go first. Squeeze, squeeze. Out comes the little guy. All right. We can tease a little bit of the extra soil, not pulling off the roots. And then I take this little paintbrush, make my little hole, and I'm going to pop him in. Now, there are no rules here as to how many you need to put in, how little you need. This is really where your creativity starts to flow. So I'm going to keep this quite minimal. I don't want too many because I want space for them to be able to grow, and I want this to be long lasting. Let's change the texture up. We're going to use this little guy in there. Squeeze, squeeze, get him out. Whoops, there, all his soil came off. But that's okay, these guys are tough. Make my little hole. Ooh. And you see, when you start playing with these textures, you know, we've got this very rose-like looking. Here we've got a bit of the pinks. And this is where succulents really come into their own, guys. I mean, we've got the pink over here, really reflecting beautifully against the rose of the sempervivum. And then I can go for something with a completely different texture, something to really bolster it up. And I'll go with this echeveria, which has got a much larger leaf and far more focal. Oh, man, you know, when you start playing with this, you get different ideas and you start becoming more confident. And as you become more confident, so you can make more. And I kind of see, my wish would be for loads of you guys to be growing your own, making your own, and giving them away as Christmas presents, Father's Day presents, something that you grew. Now, how cool would that be? All right, look at that. Look how they just pick up on each other. And the reason why I have a paintbrush is so that if I get any stones stuck in there, I can simply just brush them off, clean it up without the chance of breaking the leaves. Right, I'm happy with that. Flatten it out. Perfect. And then we put in our decorative gravel right at the end. And here we go. I just love the layering of the different colors, but remember, you can choose any decorative top layer that suits your style. Gravel, bark, or even colored sea glass will finish off your terrarium beautifully. Oh, groovy. Look at it immediately as you add the white in. So it just makes these little guys boop, stand out, and they really start shining. And when you take a look inside there, that's the beautiful look that we want. Concentric, linked up with the 3. If we put 4 in there, it would look a bit odd. You're either going to put 3 in or 5 in. Okay, but to finish it off, because I want this on my patio, I take a beautifully scented candle, pop him in the middle, because this is the part that we can change up. And take a look here. Ah, ha, ha. And that is when you get to add your bits to it. You know, we could add different guys into here. We could add something taller. You could get a piece of driftwood. But this is where gardeners get to be creative. And even if you're a gardener 101, you can still give it a bash. And when it comes to watering, a little spritzing with a fine nozzle once a week will be adequate enough.